A true God-fearing woman cannot be a 304. It's impossible. For those of you that don't know what 304 means, it's a fancy way of saying HOE. But I see comments like this a lot because men right now are worried about the type of women that we have in our country, in our society, and they say, hey, no women that you actually choose is safe. You never know what's going to happen. You never know if they're going to wake up one day and just not want you, or decide they want to go run out with their friends all day and go to the club. That's what men are worried about right now. And listen, there are a lot of women like that, but there are good ones. And when women are actually God fearing, they're not 304s. So the ones that you see that might still go to church and still, put on the good front and the good face, and they put on their Sunday best, and they hang out with their grandmother and all these things. None of that makes any difference. Just because he does those things does not make her a God fearing woman. God fearing woman is someone that has God fearing attributes. A woman that actually has good values, a woman that actually thinks with her head and thinks with what her spirit needs, not just what her friends are saying, what they think that she should be doing, or thinking that she needs to be going out and doing this and this. A God-fearing woman has a mind of her own. So I think we need to make sure that we pay attention to the difference between a woman that just goes to church and puts on the front of being God-fearing, and a woman that is actually God-fearing, because they're two different things, and you can greatly tell the difference. And you look at the actions. You don't look at what the woman says. You always look at the actions. Because a lot of women will say something and they do the total opposite. Those are the women you need to pay attention to and figure out, is this woman a woman of value or a woman of virtue? Or is this a woman that is putting on a front as a good woman, and she just is waiting for a guy to, snatch her up, and then she's going to reveal her true nature or her true essence? That's what happens a lot of times. A lot of guys get hit with the bait and switch, and it's just because they weren't paying attention to the red flags. They're always there. So fellas, you really need to understand the difference between a God-fearing woman and a woman that just puts on the front as a God-fearing woman, because a lot of guys will ignore the red flags and they'll end up getting caught up. They get hit with that bait and switch, and then you're like, well, where did this come from? She was showing you from the beginning. You just probably ignored it. Maybe she looked good and all that kind of stuff, but you got to pay attention, because you can 100% tell the difference.